Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I am the Introverted Reader and she's a bit out of breath, but sorry this video was going up a bit late. I would normally have it up a lot sooner, but I had a family event today. It's my cousin's birthday. So we were all out and about celebrating that, but I'm home now and I thought, you know what, we've still got daylight on our side. So I'm going to be doing a book review on Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Now, this is the Introverted Reader book club pick for this month, and in me saying that, you're probably a bit confused. You're like, wait, didn't you say that Better Together was going to be the book club pick? It was. I ended up DNFing that, and I read this instead. So that's what's happening today, folks. So yes, Spin the Dawn, Elizabeth Lim. Now I have read 3 other books by Elizabeth Lim before. Pardon me. I've read the 6 Crimson Cranes duology, and she also wrote the Mulan Disney Twisted Tale. So cheers. Let's hydrate. And talk about this book. Now, this book is about our main character, Mia, or Maya, maybe. Unsure how to pronounce it. Let me know if you've read this. How do you pronounce it? Anyway, so Maya lives in this quite poor seaside town. It was her mom, her dad, and her 3 brothers. The mother passed away, and then it was just her dad, and her brothers. But then over time there was war, and 2 of her brothers died. So in the end, it was just her dad, and her last brother, who went away to war as well. But he has like a severe injury in his legs. He can't really walk. So it's sort of, and her dad is old in age, and what they do in their shop is they are tailors, and she is the most talented in the family. Like, all of her family was born and raised to do it, but she is the most talented in her household. She knows that she's the best, but no one would really acknowledge her because obviously she is a woman. She wouldn't be able to carry on and do that as like a proper career and job after her father dies, because, you know, she's a woman. All she, all everybody's saying to her is just like, find a good husband and get married, and she's like, nah, I don't want to do that. But then one day she is presented with an opportunity. An imperial officer comes to their town and basically is like, His Majesty is looking for a tailor to be the imperial tailor for the emperor himself. And the emperor is going to be getting married to this princess from a neighboring kingdom. So they're all like, we need her to be happy. So we need a good tailor to make her nice clothes so that she's happy and that the marriage is good and the kingdom can thrive and all this. I mean, a lot riding on clothes, am I right? But bear with. So anyway, and one day she's just like, but no, my father's too old, like he can't go. And she takes it upon herself to disguise herself as her brother and goes in his place to the palace to compete to be the tailor. And like a whole bunch of other men are there too. And at first her brother is like, no, if you go, you'll be killed and all this. And she's like, no, I have to do this because then if I win, we can get money and we can, save our shop and everything. And then if I get the job, I won't have to get married and all this. So she's doing it for herself and for her family. And, she goes in. And, honestly, it didn't really pan out the way I thought it was going to in the beginning. But and at first I was like, how is this gonna, but as the further I got into this, the more I was like, okay, I'm really, really loving this. It's like watching a C-drama. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know compare a lot of books like this to C-dramas. I probably shouldn't, but with shows like that, it takes a while for you to get into. But see, once you're into it, and you know, like the further I got in, I was like, I am on this adventure. I'm here for this. So anyway, she's in there competing, and they're obviously competing to make clothes for the princess of this neighboring kingdom. And this woman isn't really like, well, I mean, she's very like, how do I describe her? She's not mean. She's just very like upfront with her opinions, and she's very like, she very upfront with her opinions. That's really all I can say. I don't really want to say she's mean, because she's not a mean person. You know, like she was kind of forced into the marriage, and she didn't want it. Like she'd been trained to fight, the same with her brothers, and she's just a bit bitter about that, the fact that she's sold into marriage. I mean, you would be. So she's not a mean person. But anyway, back to our main character. So our main character is presented with a task. They have to make 3 magic gowns for the Emperor's bride-to-be. 1 from the laughter of the sun, 1 from the tears of the moon, and 1 from the blood of the stars. So at first they're like, what even does she even mean? Does not compute what's happening. And then she ends up going on this like crazy adventure all over, accompanied by a very mysterious court enchanter. So like her and him kind of have to go on like this journey together to gain all the things they need to gain for to get the stuff to make these magic gowns. And it's like all entwined with like mythology, and it's just beautiful. Elizabeth Lim is just such a beautiful writer. Like you could picture everything happening around you as I was reading this. Like it's just so vivid and like colorful, and like the descriptions of all the clothes and just like the palace itself, or like the food they were eating, which honestly made me hungry whilst reading this. But yeah, this was so much fun. It does kind of feel a little bit on the younger side of YA, but personally, I don't mind that. I genuinely don't mind that. Like, I'm having fun, I'm having a good time, doesn't matter to me. I've read books like this for years, so I'm used to them. But if you're not, then I don't know if this would be for you or not, but you can judge for yourself. I'm not your mother. I'm not here to tell you what to do. It did feel, it kind of felt a bit insta-lovey, like with her and the love interest. It did feel a bit insta-lovey, but whatever. You know, I enjoyed the banter between the two of them. They had great banter, and again, there was a lot of drama. There was a lot of like twists and turns, and like within a C-drama, there was a lot of like misunderstandings, and it's just, which caused a lot of angst and a lot of just like, oh, but like I loved it. I loved it so much. So in the end, I did give this like 4.5 stars. It was a super fun time. And a lot of people describe this as like Mulan meets Project Runway. I've never watched Project Runway in my life. But I suppose if you've watched that TV show and you read this, you might be able to see the comparisons. But I personally have never watched that show. It's not really a show I would watch. But again, I loved it. I loved all the mythology. I loved our main character. I thought she was so fierce. And again, I love the whole, I just love a good like adventure, you know, like race against time, you know. And can we talk about this cover? I just need you to get in to this cover for a second. Stunning, absolutely stunning. But anyway, that is my little short review for Spin the Dawn. I had a whole lot of fun reading this. I do plan on reading the sequel hopefully next month in June. But yeah, let me know if you've read this. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, that is all for me today, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. All my socials are down below: my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok. Subscribe if you have not already, or if you're new here and you like what you're watching, feel free to subscribe, because I would love to get to 300 subscribers. That would be amazing. So yeah, I love yous and leave yous. Bye.